Welcome. I'm Joy Anderson with Preschool System, and I am so excited for you to be able to learn from an amazing preschool all-star. Her name is Valerie David. Now, the reason why we've brought her on is because she has a phenomenal story. She used to be a daycare owner, and she had done that for many years. She was working 12 to 16 hours a day. Can you even imagine? And she needed something different in her life. She was absolutely going to bed exhausted. She wanted a different path. So when she stumbled upon us, she said, oh my gosh, I can transition my daycare into a local preschool instead, shorten the hours, make more money, and have way less stress. But she didn't only just do that, she did that as well, but she also started an online preschool. So exactly 1 year ago, she came in with 0 online students, no online preschool, and she did our founding family script. She was able to get her first 7 students enrolled for the online preschool program. Quickly, she was able to grow it up to 95 students in just 2 months. And fast forward, she has now taught over 450 online preschoolers. We're so excited to welcome her. And what's wonderful about her program is she actually does an online outdoor preschool. So she does her online preschool classes at an outdoor location. Very unique, very exciting. We're excited to bring her to the stage. Please welcome Valerie David.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I just want to start off saying that since my program is outside, there's a lot of things that I do differently. I want to start off with the materials I use. This is actually a bulletin board bag that I stick all my stuff in. I have a foldable flannel board. We also have a little stand. This is magnetic. This is a grid on one side and just regular here. I usually clip my little word cards here. Also use flip charts, which are really good. If it is dark outside, I use a ring light. Oh. Sometimes I use my phone, so that's in here, right here. So if it's dark, if it's cloudy or anything like that, I go ahead and do that. I use a stand for it. I also have, I use the Smooth mobile. So anytime I move outside, such as exercising or just moving up and down, the camera actually moves with me. If I decide to go to a park or something, I end up using the video camera. A lot of times my daughter will go with me, so she'll videotape me. If we have things outside, one time we had an eagle come outside and it just kind of landed like right near me. And we just kind of observed it. And that kind of took a little bit of class time, but the kids were so excited. They talked to me about it on the live the next time we met. They were like, what's the name of the eagle? And how many feathers did it have? You know, they just start asking all these questions. So our whole live that day was all about the eagle. And then I asked, like, what do you think its name is? Do you think it has any a husband or a wife or brothers and sisters? And they just started telling stories, and then we took pieces of everything and we made one whole story together. I do a lot of storytelling. I don't do not too many books, because when I started, I says, what can I offer that other people don't? I watched all kinds of videos saying that, you know, read books to the kids and they were excited. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to take a course on storytelling. And the kids just get so excited. And then of course you fumble on the words and stuff, but you just kind of pick it up, you know, when you're talking, and they don't know any different because you're not actually reading the book, and it forces the kids to use their imagination. I like for the kids to not be shown everything. I like them to imagine the story about what I'm reading, and They can still look outside. I've done my classes in front of water, in front of a lake that we have. We've done it in the creek before, you know, and explored stuff like that. And let's see, I use this puppet. This is Harry, Harry the Hedgehog. And sometimes his cousin comes and we just put a hair bow on her. And this is Harriet. So the kids love when she comes, and then we just kind of switch them off. And all I do is add a hair bow. It's the only puppet I have. We do little games. This is foldable also. We did letter O today. These are just cards. They're teacher created resources alphabet pocket chart cards. And we play a little game of where the capital O is and the lowercase o. And they just look like this. And then you can play that game 2 or 3 times. And the kids, they love it. All you have to do is, because since I'm recording everything, you just like, oh, I hear my friends out there. What animal or which picture did you say? And you know, you kind of pretend that they're there with you. When I first started, I put stuffed animals and the baby dolls that I have behind me so I could have an audience, because I realized when I watched myself that it wasn't as exciting as when the kids are in front of me and I'm teaching. It just kind of felt, it kind of felt a little boring. I'm like, oh, I sound like that. So then I did test out my videos on my local kids, and I found out what they liked and what they didn't like. They'd be like, Miss Valerie, why did you do that? That's not a fun game. Let's not do that. I was like, okay, we won't do that again. But then I learned, so they were like my little focus group. But we always do the same thing for local and for online. So whatever I'm teaching, they're still getting that lesson. My whole family helps me with my preschool. I have my aunt and my daughter that comes and works with me at the local. And we also have a girl that I actually watched from when she was 2 months old. And then I homeschooled her till she was 5th grade. And she's worked with me as well. And my mom works with me occasionally. And my dad does story time with Papa. So we have everybody in the family is very, very supportive of me. At first, they said, oh, this isn't going to work. You know, it's not going to work. Nobody wants online. Who wants to teach their preschooler online? And then once it started going, my family was like, oh, this is great. And so I gave everybody a job. I was like, how about if I pay you to tell stories or do science projects? And so I have all my friends and family are very supportive of me. And so I ask everybody who has a certain skill or a specialty, can you do this? I don't edit any of my videos because I want the kids to realize that it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes I wear makeup, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I've worn pajamas to do my classes because here in the wintertime from November to February, we have pajama Fridays. So if I end up recording a video on Friday, I'm still in my pajamas. And if I have time on a Friday, that video is going to be in pajamas. So I let everybody know that it's okay to come as you are. And what else was I going to say? I feel like I'm talking fast. Trying to think. Let's see, the video camera, that family and friends. And I think, if you want to practice like doing your live classes and stuff, create a private group just for yourself and go live in that group. Just say, hi, everybody, how are you? And then you could see how you're teaching, what you can improve, what you like, what you don't like. Because at first, my voice was so low and then I was too high. And so watching yourself, you kind of get the practice. of teaching. And then it gets much easier. And what I was told to do by somebody, a class that I've taken, they told me that they always get nervous as well right before speaking. So they always pass on, they hug their spouse or their child, and they ask them to hold their fear for them so they can just go ahead. Well, I don't have that, so I use Baby Yoda. So I just I just squeeze him and I ask him to hold my fear for me. And I don't know what it does. I guess it's just mindset. It just works.
Valerie's been on the podcast. We're having her back for another episode for like, oh my gosh, look at you now episode. And I remember seeing, it said the title of it was, how to do an outdoor online preschool. And I was like, was that a typo? Was that like an outdoor and online preschool? And I remember seeing that. And I was like, what is that? And I was listening to the episode, intensely. And I was like, oh my gosh, she does all of her preschool classes online outdoors. So you film them outdoors. Now, let me ask you the question about pre-recorded and lives, because you were talking about kids were asking about the feathers and like, and how, and you guys like, so is it a Facebook Live? Is it a pre-recording? And then you look at their comments? Help us understand that aspect.
No, it's a Zoom when we do the live, but we basically just kind of review our week. And I ask the kids, so what did you guys like about this week? What did you learn? And then it just went, the eagle was.
Got it. Okay, so how many do you do pre-recorded that you send to them? If so, how many a week?
You do 5.
You do 5 a week. Okay. And then you do Facebook Live, like what? Or a Zoom Live, sorry, a Zoom class. Do you do that like just once where you kind of say, how's everything going?
Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings.
Oh, wow, twice a week.
And the kids, the parents actually have to sign up for it because I had people not showing up.
Right.
And I just wasted like a Saturday morning because nobody showed up. And I kept getting so upset. And I said, these people are wasting my time.
Yeah.
And so I made everybody sign up so I know who's coming and who's not. And I put on there that at least 2 kids have to be signed up to do it, because the point of it is to have them talk to each other. And if there's not 2, they're just talking to me.
Absolutely. Okay,
and then,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Another thing that sets me apart from everybody else is that for every family that I personally have a Zoom call with them for 45 minutes to an hour to get to know them personally, because I'm welcoming them into my family, because that's what we think here at our local level. And I want everybody to know that I'm not just taking their money, that I'm going to be, helping them out. And I don't want to mess up, say Billy is being raised by his grandparents. And I say, let's make a picture for mom and dad. And I say something wrong. I want to make sure that I don't do that. Or if 2 mommies are raising, I don't want to come up with anything.
Absolutely.
So I get to know them, but that's why I put a cap and I close out my preschool, because for every preschool, so that's an hour of my time. And I could put this off to somebody else. I could give the job to somebody else, but I'm the one teaching the class and I want them to get to know me. So I can't really pass that job off, but I give everybody else the jobs because I have somebody that does my videos for me. All I do is record. They go ahead and stick the beginning. We have somebody that plays the guitar and the piano and sings songs. So they plug that in. And then we have my mom, she does exercising with the kids. So they'll plug that into the video too. And then we'll have the story times and stuff like that. But I have no clue how to do the videos and stuff like that. I pass it to somebody on, just record it. And then my job is to interview the families, but I only do that once. And then if they stay with me all year long, I do have each semester, I'll take like a 15-minute call and ask how they're doing. And if they can't do that, then by email, just to get to know them personally, kind of like you do with Preschool All-Stars. You come in and you get to know everybody. It's not just.
No, I absolutely agree. So Now, the other thing is it a 30-minute class that you do, outdoors every day?
Yes.
Okay. So 30-minute recording. And she said something really important. I hope everybody's listening to right now. She said that she doesn't worry about after she records, she just hands it off to somebody else, right? Like they do all the little pieces that maybe she A, doesn't know how to do, or B, doesn't want to do. So that's a really important thing. Both. Yes, both. I think we can all amen to that. So the point is that when you have like, certain things, and that's why, Preschool in a Box, we try to like make as much done for you so that you don't have to do all the gazillion tasks. But anything in your business, I want you to have that mentality of like, okay, what do I do really well? You obviously work really well with one-on-one with the parents, building that rapport, building the connection to kind of keep them longer. I would assume so, right? I mean, I can't imagine that after a 45 to 60-minute call, people are like, oh, you know what, after a month, we're gone, like, or they ghost you. I mean, I would imagine there's a pretty close connection there too, right?
Yeah. And usually all my kids stay. The only ones that kind of left were over the summertime because the kids started kindergarten and stuff. So.
Right. Now, what about ages? Are you doing 3 to 5?
Actually, it's 2 to 5. I have a 2 to 3 year old program, but only one person was interested in that. So I kind of just let her join the next level. And I told her if it's too hard, then we can just go ahead and not do it, the next month. And he seems to be fine.
Yeah. One thing I loved about your model, and I remember, I don't know if you posted this or was in, I don't know where it was, but it was the idea that the reason why you wanted to do this was so that you could travel around. You want to go visit places. And this money would, number one, if you have a reason to go visit a place, you're like, sorry, I have to go work. I have to go for a hike. Or I have to go to this beautiful lake over here.
Right. Yeah, because my summer program, it was called Miss Val's Travel Pals. Oh. And in North Carolina, we have 8 castles in North Carolina. So we visited all 8 castles. We stayed in a castle it was a really nice castle. And I dressed up in my outfit. I recorded a few classes there. My daughter's actually a photographer as well. So she's the one that takes all my pictures for me. And the kids that were in my summer program, every city that we visited, they received a postcard from that area that I went to visit. And so my goal is to travel the whole United States and just visit things and just have a program of Miss Val's Travel Pals.
Yeah. Like that's epic. I want to have like an older school program. Like where's your 5 and up,
Right.
No, I mean, that takes field trips to a whole new level. I mean, if you're like, hey, virtual field trip, let's go see XYZ, a whole new level to be like, let's literally go there. Right. I mean, there's like the Disney people who, YouTube and video vlog their whole walking through Disney experience. And you're just taking it to say, here's an age group. How do we make this unique? How do you get your needs met and the things that you want? Right. And like your hobbies, your passions. I think when you infuse that into any program, that's when it's really going to thrive, right? Because you have to get excited about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My new, for this coming up summer, I'm going to be visiting lighthouses on the East Coast. And then our sub theme will be oceans.
Yeah. So. That's awesome. And then, of course, to be able to have money to go do these things, you're like, okay, well, now I got to do the nitty gritty stuff like the marketing and, all that stuff. Now, somebody did ask a question, a very legit question. They said they saw your ring light and they said, but how do you plug a ring light in nature? How do you work with that?
Oh, well, if it's dark, I just take the extension cord from the house and just put it in the yard because we have 1.5 acres and I just kind of put it out there.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay. So
if it needs
outdoors, in your backyard. But then what about like if you travel other places, you just use natural lighting in that situation?
Yeah. Right.
Awesome. Okay. Now here's what I'd like you to do. Everybody in the comments, we have a few more minutes. Everybody in the comments right now, post your biggest question for Valerie. I'm going to pick a couple of them to ask her. So go ahead and post a couple. As many. Oh, that's a good question. Tamika said, is traveling for business in that situation then? Is that a tax write-off? That would be amazing. It sounds like it would be.
Yeah. I mean, according to the books that I have for like the preschool and stuff, because I also taught and I showed the videos to my kids.
Yeah.
I'm writing it all off.
You should, as you should.
So.
I mean, even if I don't have it, but if I take my Start Your Preschool book and I go to Disney and I take one picture with that book, I can write off the flight, the food, the Disney tickets. So yes, everything should be written off. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's do some more questions. So Elena asked, the pricing for 5 days and 2 Zooms, is that the $97 a month?
Yes.
Okay, wow. So can we just stop for a second? Here's what I need everybody to know. I need you to see the unique selling point. I don't know anybody else who's doing this, right? The outdoor only program. Okay, so there's that. You have a 45 to 60 minute call you do with people. Very few people do that, right? That's huge. Again, we're just stacking massive value here. 5 recordings a week and 2 lives. Do you think that somebody in that program is going to think, oh my goodness, what a steal of a deal $97 is when I get all of this? I mean, I would assume they would have said that to you because I'm saying it to you. Like that's phenomenal. You have stacked the value. That's exactly what people need to do to become as successful like as you are. Because 495 students, that tells me that you're doing something obviously perfectly right.
Right. Well, my thing was when COVID came and I saw all these people having online preschools, they had their classrooms just, right here, and they just moved the computer to do the thing. And I was just like, the kids are stuck inside right now because their parents are working at home. Let's take this outside and have them see something else than the inside of a classroom. And that's where my idea came from.
I love this. I love like the birth of an idea. It was in this moment. That is beautiful. I love that. Now let's go ahead and go full circle here. So when did you find me? Like, when did you come into my world? Not necessarily the All-Stars, but like, when did you find me?
It was 2017. And
No
then
way.
I just sat there and I'm like, no, I gotta have the daycare. People need daycare, it's just, they need daycare. That's it. And then 2018, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of working all these hours. And my goal was in 2 years to go ahead and start doing the preschool because I had the kids I currently had since they were babies. And I wanted to keep them and let them graduate with me because that's what their parents signed up for, knowing that I was still going to be around. Yeah. And so last year, 2020, that's when I changed my, because I was going to actually change it in January, and something happened. I can't remember what it was. And then COVID happened. And then I had all my old school age kids that I used to watch. They needed care. I was like, okay, extra money. Let's go.
Right.
So I didn't start it until school started back up.
Yeah.
So
you were and you told me 12 to 16 hour days. Like, I can't even fathom. Was that,
you have the cleaning and the lesson preparation, and it was just, it was so exhausting. And I had one kid that showed up at like 6:15, but then everybody else did come till like 7:30. And I'm just like, can you go back to sleep?
Right. Yeah. So that's where you met me, or sorry, you followed me for quite some time, but then you finally said, enough is enough. Was it that challenge? Did you do our October 2020 challenge? Like a year ago?
I did
because you did your script then, didn't you? Your 7 students?
I did my script then, but I think I only did like day 4 and 5. I don't even think I posted day 1, 2, and 3.
You're like, whatever, I'm doing daycare anyways. So yeah, that was the thing though. You were doing your childcare and you were like, so many people are on your wait list. Well, let's like just have these people go to an online program, or how do we get more people in this? Like, how do we start an online program? So let me clarify. In October 2020, when you came into the challenge, did you have 0 students of online? Yeah. Okay. You had no online program whatsoever. Okay. No degree, no online program. You had a daycare. Okay. So those aren't coming to your, online preschool program. And you came into the challenge and you posted your script. And you got how many students signed up for that?
7.
Was that 7? Your first 7?
My first 7.
Okay, so you got 7. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then in December and January, I think the end of January, I got up to 96. And then spring semester came around and schools opened up here, and everybody like took their kid out because schools opened up.
Right.
So I had 0 students at the beginning of my spring semester.
Hold up. No, you just got to pause on that. Please pay attention. She had 7. She went to 96. The potential, hello, in a couple months from 7, knowing no online preschool like foundation. She had never had an online preschool before, had never taught ESL, online, stuff like that. So now she comes into December, 96 students. Come back around, oh crap, you are back down to 0 students. I didn't know that. I did not know that. That is huge. So you could have given up right then and been like, well, I had my fling. That was fun. Let's go back to daycare, right? So now what?
No, well, I kept recording. I was like, well, if somebody signs up, I'm gonna have the videos ready.
Right.
And if not, I'll just use them for the year after. And then I can focus more on my summer program that I was getting ready for anyways. And then 3 weeks later, we had like this breakout of COVID in all the schools.
Wow.
So then all these students came back. And so that's where my numbers came. And then I had my summer students come. And then it just kind of kept going up after that. But if I would have gave up after just that 0, because I could have said,
absolutely.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, you'd hit such a high peak. Oh, how could I even go further than this? That was the, I had my fun, and then and do I really want to go into beast mode again and try to get all the students again? Holy cow, it's amazing. So you didn't give up, you kept working, you kept doing the recordings, period. You just were like, this is what I do. I think it's important. Yep. This is what I do, right? So you kept doing that. Now you had already transitioned your daycare into a local preschool, which is an all-day program, but it's 3 to 5. So you're not having the crazy hour days. Shorten your hours a bit, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. So shortened hours, only 3 to 5s, no babies. You got teachers.
Actually, my program's for 1 to 5.
Oh, well, when I say babies, I think this little thing in my arms that just doesn't stop crying. So Valera's like raising her hand. We touch one and I say toddler, but anyways, I know what you're saying. Anyways, so then, okay, so you did transition your program though, definitely cut out all the stuff you didn't like about it, right? Started your online program in October 2020, exactly 1 year ago with 0 students, got 7 students in your script. Could have said, okay, well, yay, I'll just teach my 7 students, but nope, you kept going, you kept doing your marketing, got up to 96, went back down to 0, beginning of spring, and then bring me back circle. We've been 6 months now. What happened? Because this is phenomenal. Now bring us up to speed.
It just kind of skyrocketed. I actually give my online parents a $5 off deal a month if they recommend somebody that signs up. So everybody wants that $5 off. So they keep recommending my program to other moms. And that's where all my students come from.
Now, let me clarify, because I saw that. And I remember being like $5 off of like 97. Is that really that big of a deal? But let me ask you a question. Is it $5 for each student they bring in? So it's 5, 10, 15, or just $5 period?
It's $5 per student off.
Okay. So if they bring in 3 students to you, $15 off that month.
That month, yeah.
Is it each month if that student continues with you, or they have to get new students?
It's a one-time thing. So if you want that money off again, you got to bring in more students the next month.
Is everybody listening? Is everybody listening? This is like the number one thing you could have taken away from right now. Give your parents $5 off per month for every single student they bring in, and they just keep stacking for an online program that has maybe a smaller tuition amount. But guess what? It doesn't go to the next month. They get it one time. So they got the high, they got the fix. They want it again, right?
Right.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, so let's do, we're gonna do one last question. Then we're gonna move off to our next amazing speaker that's coming to you. Do you have, before we do a question, is there anything else you'd like to say before our last question?
I don't think so.
I forgot. Okay.
Looking around, no, I think I'm
okay.
good.
This is a good one. They had asked about the $23 materials box. Could you clarify that real quick about what that looks like inside?
Basically, it's a couple worksheets. I put hands-on stuff, mini Play-Dohs. We have slime. We have kinetic sand. I just buy everything in bulk, and then I just kind of take them out. Everybody has the dry erase pockets. The parents can go ahead and put the sleeves. They can put all the worksheets in the sleeves and use dry erase markers in a binder if they like. I don't laminate anything for anybody. That's their responsibility. That's just extra money. They get crayons, they get watercolors. I mean, basic school supplies, scissors. I give them a pack of construction paper. They have a pencil. And I think that's about it, because a lot of things, I don't know where that thing is. Like the letter O here. Like the letter O right here. They go ahead and use their Play-Doh. They can make the letter O with this. They can also take little pom-poms, because I give them a pack of pom-poms as well, and go ahead and put it on it. Then they can actually circle, practice writing. And we review that and stuff like that. We have like little just hands-on stuff with the tanagrams. I give them little sheets. I make a lot of my worksheets myself. I actually hired somebody, one of my friends is so good at it, and she's not working right now. So I was like, yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah. So she's working on that now. So I'm trying to move everything over, so I have all the things that I make myself instead of having to worry about anything. I use homeschool curriculums basically for all my classes. I did ask permission for everything. Any book that I do read, I ask the author or the publisher's permission, just in case, because I don't want to have to take my video down. I don't have any videos to share, because a lot of times when I teach outside, the kids that are here, I actually teach with them, and I record it on the video camera. So you hear the voices sometimes, and sometimes they'll run into the camera, but I have permission from their parents to show those to my clients, but I can't show it to anybody else.
Of course. That's genius to teach online preschool. Do you actually teach your class while you also have students? Because you have teachers and stuff like that, right? So you're kind of all there together.
Right.
Oh, love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's wrap this up. So you went from 0 students, no online program, to 7 students your first, signed them up real fast with that founding family script, went up to 96 students just 2 months later, all the way 3 months later down to 0 because of everybody dropped out. And then now 6 months later, you have, I believe, over 350, because you just got some more students right around there. And you're making, it used to be $31,000 a month. I assume maybe it's even a little bit more right now.
I haven't even calculated. I kind of quit. I was like, okay.
Anything over 30,000, it's like, we just stopped counting.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that so much. And obviously that's just your online program. That doesn't even count your local. So you are killing it. I mean, I remember the graphic that I have on our Preschool All-Stars sales page says 17,000, because that's what you were doing in June. And I'm like, I got to update that. You go so fast, I can't even update my graphics past you. So if somebody says, can I really make money with online preschool? Your answer would be,
of course.
The proof is right there. Yes. Now let's just clarify for everybody your journey with us. So that you found me in 2017, sat on the fence for quite some time. Man, I wonder if you had done this, earlier.
Right.
Sometimes we had to have, yeah. But anyways, sat on the fence, finally came to us. So you jumped into Preschool All-Stars, right? How has that helped you on your journey?
Oh, it's so good. Anytime I have a problem or I need to talk to somebody, the All-Stars are just ready to give me advice. At first, I think that first 6 months I was an All-Star, I felt very funny about asking questions. So I would personally private message the person I thought that would have the answer. And they always answered, but it's like, I don't know if I should ask this, I don't know if it's a stupid question, but then I found out there are no stupid questions.
Right.
But it's really helped, because if you don't have that circle of people with you, you can't grow. Because if I didn't join Preschool All-Stars and I kept with my family that told me, oh, this will never work, you start believing that. You start, oh, well, maybe they're right. Maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe I'm just going after a dream that is never going to happen.
Yeah.
But then you put yourself and you surround yourself with people like the all-stars, it just brings everything up and everybody just boosts you up. It's nice.
Yes. That's awesome. Now you also got Preschool in a Box, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. How has that helped?
With the forms and stuff, especially starting the online, because I had no clue what to do with online. I'm like, what permission do I need? I didn't realize, I didn't know. And so that helped. The little some of your work for the local stuff, I changed a lot of my paperwork for that as well.
Right.
So,
and just restructuring your whole programs too, right? Like that was a lot of you'd always thought everyone needs daycare, and then wait, this way, right? That's awesome. Very cool. And then Hub, tell us about Hub. You've got Hub, right?
I do have Hub. I'm still working on it. So that's one thing. Since I have all these other people doing everything for me, I can focus and go ahead and finish that. But I love the fact that it's going to do everything for me and everything's going to be automated, and I just have to focus and get it done. So
well, you have like 350 students. It's almost like, okay, all right, here's my Hub login and somebody go build this out for me, right? Because I'm just over here doing my 45 to 60-minute calls with my parents. That's my job right now. And I show up and I do my little, background of the lake, and I do my little thing. You need to build your team, girl. Right?
That's awesome. Because I always schedule in my self-care now before anything else.
That's amazing. That's awesome. It's very important. I assume back in the daycare days, you weren't doing that, right?
No, I was getting maybe 5 hours sleep, 5.5 maybe, and the dark circle of just looking like, you're dead.
Well, we might all look like that after the challenge, but that's okay. We'll get back. So last question, if somebody was on the fence to join Preschool All-Stars, what would you say to them?
If you want that circle of upbeat people to keep you going, I would join All-Stars.
Yeah. And would you have ever believed that you would be here now 1 year later after you just got 7 students? Would you ever believed you'd have $31,000 plus a month with your online preschool?
No.
And yet here you are because you didn't give up.
Right.
Proud of you. You're awesome. You're amazing. She's going to do another podcast episode, so be listening. If you'd like to have a success story just like that one, I invite you to join our Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.